So, you think games are easier to get digitally? I wouldn't be so confident about that. This is the barrier for entry if you want to get Rocket League on Steam. Yes, a free game costs nearly $500 to get a Steam key for. This is the dark side of digital games, where getting a digital license for them isn't just a few clicks, but a few thousand. Cue the lightning bolt. And for those of you in the audience who don't know what a delisted title is, here's a visual example. Oh hell yeah, this game has the Welsh in it, let me... Where's the... I can't believe this, they're silencing the Welsh. That is a delisted game. A game which cannot be purchased for one reason or another. And you may be thinking, well, if I can't purchase it even though I want to, then how am I supposed to play the game? And therein lies the problem. The moment a game gets delisted, its decided fate falls entirely on the publishers and what they either do in the moment or in the past. And the best way to gauge it is through a tier list that I'm going to be developing throughout this series. There are 6 tiers to this tier list. Tier 1, delisted, but who cares? This tier is for the lucky ones. These games are already released on physical media, you can already access all of, or most of the game, without having any links to any digital services, and all is fine. Tier 2, close to vanishing, is for games which didn't have any physical release, but they still have CD keys floating around on the internet, and people haven't realized that the game is delisted yet. So if a game is in this tier, and you want it, then get it now! Tier 3 is what happens when you're too late. It falls into the good luck buying this category, which is also what the first thing I showed in the video was, where, yeah, you can still get it, as long as you sell a limb, which may sound impossible, but I know some people who've done it. I'm looking at you, Grip Cage! The 4th tier is the first truly dire tier, 7 Seas Treasure. As the name suggests, a game that falls under this category cannot be obtained via legal means. But there are still some ways to do it if you go sailing out on the 7 seas. Of course, I can't tell you how to do these because the government will shoot me. Now, the next tier, and one of the most dangerous ones, is basically lost media. Ones where there were no physical release, no CD keys for it, and the game wasn't even well known enough for some smartass to pirate it. And you're gonna be seeing a surprising amount of games in this category for the series. And finally, the most scary one of all, what game? This category is only for the saddest of cases, where publishers go as far as to making every single file inaccessible using every method possible. And it works. If it didn't work, it would end up in tier 4. But to any publishers which willingly put their game into this category and managed to pull it off, fuck you! So, what category is the game we're starting with? Good start! This is Voxel Battle Simulator, and where I will praise it for having a pretty unique art style, the game is just kinda bland. It's like if you took Totally Accurate Battle Simulator and then sucked it of all of what makes it unique. It's really hard to describe how matches in this game feel, but I'm gonna let a little bit of footage of one match play, and you'll see what I mean. It's really hard to describe, but something about the way the game plays out feels stiff. Everyone immediately goes for their first target, they always do the most optimal attack, and it's the same every single round. Compare that to most other battle simulators, and they will never go the same with each round. Like, if you have a strategy that you're hell-bent on, then if it's not working, then if you're damn certain that that strategy will work, or if you can take control of one of the units, then the game doesn't make it obvious that it won't work. But if you try to do the same thing in Voxel Battle Simulator, well, you're gonna get the same results every time, so why even bother using the same strategy? That's the problem with Voxel Battle Simulator. Not only is it flat when it gets going, but it's really easy to tell when you make a mistake. And that's all I can really say about Voxel Battle Simulator. It's a solid 5 out of 10 game. You know, it's there, it's fine, but I'd much rather play other battle simulators. So, what am I going to do for the last part of this video? Well, I'm going to leave you with some of the uninterrupted footage that I've recorded of this game. And why? Because if you think about it, most of these games you've never heard of, and you'll never be able to get again. So that means there's not going to be much footage of them online, so if I show the footage that I have, there's a good chance that that could be the last time the game is ever mentioned on the internet! Fuck, that's morbid! That's about as exciting as the game gets. And no, I'm not going to elaborate on the nuke. Who do you think I am?